thank you, everybody. Welcome back. 6:30. Call to order the recreation portion of the board meeting. Present, Fernando Casal. Here. Vanessa Donadio.
Here.
Corinne Witt.
Here.
Amanda Lamb.
Here.
Rose Wilson. Village Liaison, Village Liaison, Rontavious Atkins, and myself, Mel Hassan. Missing is Treasurer Amy Santiago. I believe she's running a little behind schedule. She'll be joining us shortly. Reading and approval of previous month's minutes. I know Amanda had sent them out earlier. Did everybody have an opportunity to go over them?
Yes. Yes.
All right, any objections?
No.
Would somebody like to accept and approve the minutes for July 2024?
I'll make a motion to accept the meeting minutes provided by Amanda for July 20th, 2024.
I second that.
All right, no objections, so the minutes will be accepted and approved, or approved and accepted. I never know which way to say that, first or second or whatever. President's report, President's EOC report regarding the recreation program. We've been trying to get back into the routine of, prior to the season, having a parent meeting after we have our coaches meeting. Did it this season, had a very, very nice turnout for that. Obviously, we need to make some tweaks and be a little bit more prepared to be able to make the presentation we were trying to do. We had some issues, I know, with the microphone. We were able to get through that. Afterwards, the parents met with the coaches for their teams, their respective teams. I think that really helped us out. And Fernando, you can chime in on this. I felt like the first two practices.
And you say done already.
The first two practices of rec, it's behind a little bit. We didn't have all the confusion and the questions as we did in years past. If we had, like, who's our coach? Where do we practice?
Correct.
So I think that was a success, us doing that, and I'd like to continue doing that in the upcoming seasons. Again, we just need to be a little bit more organized and prepared so that, first impressions are huge. We had our coaches clinic afterwards, where we met with some of the recreation coaches, our competitive coaches were able to come on out and help support and run some drills along with myself. The turnout for the coaches was much better than last season. So again, this is something that we're hoping every season we can just continue to move forward with. Amy Santiago, treasurer, she is now present. The season is underway. Very good number of members, nice number of teams. Everything seems pretty organized with regards to uniforms and equipment for the coaches. So thank you to Amanda for coordinating and doing that, as well as Vanessa on that. And Rose, I believe, chimed in. It was a group effort.
And then passing out is Anna and
so we had everybody kind of helping out there. So thank you to everybody for that. And it's great when you don't have people running all over the place saying they don't have this, don't have that. I mean, very, very minimal this season, which is great. We've had one game already this past Saturday, followed by some competitive games. I know I was out there 8 in the morning and I didn't get home until almost 7 o'clock that night. I watched every single rec game, watched every single competitive game, and it's nice. People see that, people appreciate that, and I think that makes a difference. People see that those that are, in a sense, in charge of things, all of us, when they see us out there, I think that shows that it's more than just a business, and like we actually care about the members and what's going on in the program. All right, treasurer's report. Amy.
Okay, so I forgot that we didn't have a meeting last month, so I was like, oh, wait, I gotta tell July's information as well. I mean, I had sent it, but we didn't actually go over it. So anyways, recreational checking. So the beginning balance for July was $77,866.3. I'm sorry, let me look at the QuickBook balances because there's a slight difference. Let's start over, $69,086.3. Ended with $91,605. I'll come back to the August stuff. We'll just go through July first. Recreational savings started with $10,680.52, ended with $10,680.88. And then moving on to August, ending balance carries over to beginning balance. So then you have the ending balance of August of $119,673.92 for the checking, and the savings ended with $10,681.24.
Would anybody like to make a motion to accept the July and August 2024 financial statements for, bank accounts for the recreation program?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept the QuickBook balances for the recreational program for the month of July. The checking balance ended $91,605. August ended $119,673.92. Savings balance ending in July was $10,680.88. Ending balance in August is $10,681.24.
I second that motion.
All righty, no objections. All right, the treasurer's report for July and August 2024 for the recreation program will be approved and accepted. Registrar referee report, Shinoy Ragaraj, our registrar and our referee assigner, is not present, so we will have to touch base with that another board meeting. Open comments from membership regarding the recreation program. Okay, I see we have no questions, so, or any comments.
I have one suggestion only. I don't know how you would feel that it works. I heard that I wasn't available on Labor Day weekend, but would it help if we split age groups and had 2 parent meetings? Because I know it was full and there was a lot of people there.
Would it help? Probably. Would that happen?
No.
No, because
Okay.
I'm not going to have 2 days of that
No,
nonsense.
not 2 days, just back to back.
They're split.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
would be repeating everything,
Right.
doing everything double. That would be crazy.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
No, I wasn't
mean,
there. so-
Unless you guys feel differently,
Right. Yeah.
I'd rather not do something twice.
Okay.
And I actually like the fact that everybody sees the amount of members that we have in the program. Adds to the success of the program, the perception of what our program has become. That's my opinion. Obviously, if you guys would like to do it separate, I'd be all for it,
Not me. Well, once
not
that parking-
willingly, but understanding.
Once that parking lot opens up a little bit more, I think it'll be
That'll
less
help.
hectic.
That'll
yeah.
definitely help.
I have something to add on that. So one thing I heard too is because, my coach wasn't here. So if the coach knew he wasn't going to be there, he or she, they should have given a little bit more better instructions to their team. Somehow say like, listen, I'm not going to be there, but at least go to the parent meeting, find out what they have to say. I'll meet you on Tuesday or Monday, like, something. Because I think some people were mad, and then they got frustrated. And honestly, this is really the first time we've done this. So, there's a learning curve on what makes it better and how we can, handle things, but,
That and to reiterate for them to bring their rosters with them.
right.
No,
Coaches should be.
Again, like I said, we definitely need to do some tweaking and make some modifications. You learn from your mistakes. This is how the program has grown. We've adapted with the growth of the program. We've made changes. We've made adjustments, and hopefully that's why the program has been successful. As far as the coaches not being there, 100%, they need to let their teams know. Regardless, the parents should attend whether or not the coach is there, simply to hear what the expectations are of the program. But, yeah, we got a lot of my coach isn't here. In some cases, we didn't have a coach for that team. And again, that falls on us, and I have to do a better job with that, and I'll take responsibility for that. I should be reaching out to those teams without coaches, saying, we're still in the process of finding a coach, or whatever it is, and that falls on me. So, again, I have to do better also, so.
At the time of that meeting, we have only missing one coach.
One coach, but I think we had two coaches that we appointed 1 or 2 days prior to
Correct.
that. So it wasn't kind of like last minute rushing around, and it could have been better.
Yeah, but
We could have communicated a little bit better with the coaches and the parents of those
the line
teams.
they are dealing with for 2 hours, half of the people are not part of these 3 teams.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
that's
just didn't
ridiculous.
even know who their coach
And
was.
again, we stress to the coaches at the coaches meeting, we normally have it on a Tuesday. I believe this season I even
Normally
had
have
it
a
on.
Wednesday, and we need to call them by Friday.
No, well, we normally have it on Tuesday, and we say by Friday. This season, I moved it to Monday, just to give an extra day for everybody to kind of reach out because of the importance of the parent meeting. And we stressed it, we explained how important it was, and, again, you live, you learn, and we move on from there. We try to make modifications for next season.
No, what we can do is, set up the divisions, so the coaches can go directly to, like we do in the end, when I told you, we have.
Well, we could have had
Proctor,
signs, definitely.
We can put signs, and, all the divisions can go to that. So.
Yeah,
We can do
definitely.
logistics in that, and.
Because what we did, it was kind of an afterthought, and I think we did every 2 age groups in one area.
Correct.
And that was too much. That was too much. So if we have signs, U6 over here, U8 over here, it's,
Or we can put tents, we have the tents for the competitor, we can use that before the season starts.
we have to have some pretty big tents for some of those age groups.
Tents, so you know where you need to go, after that, the coaches grab the team and go away. It's just to me, who is your coach? Okay, that's my coach, okay. The coach take the players away,
I was gonna say, even make signs with the coach's name.
Yeah, but that's too much.
Yeah,
Take-
no, I'm saying, in a perfect world, I mean, if we're looking for really no
Listen,
confusion.
we can do the signs, and we can have the competitor kids, with the signs.
Yeah, holding the signs up.
Hey, community hours.
Yeah, hold signs. All right, good, but this is good. Like, this is what we need to do, bounce some ideas around it, and we make things better. Unfinished business, and I kind of touched base on it. Board presence and involvement on Saturdays is important, and not so much for the, for the competitive, because the competitive schedule is it's always changing. At least with the recreation games, we know that they're going to be going on from, anywhere from 8:30 to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we kind of can expect, how much time is needed. And, and I personally, I'm not asking everybody to say, hey, you know what, you have to be there from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock. No, but what I am asking is that between the hours of 8:30 and 2 o'clock, I'd like at least half of the board there throughout the whole time. And I don't think that's asking much of all of us. I think we can kind of work it out. I understand there are times where some of us can't be there for whatever reasons, family commitments, whatever it is, I get it. But as a group, there should always be 4 people there at any given time. And it just makes, whether it's up at the concession, I know I'm out on the field all the time, and if somebody, asks me something and I'm handling something, I might say, go check up at the concession stand. And, just so that I'm not having to run all around, or Fernando's not having to run all around, so just any way we can do it, I think it would be great, especially with, the club growing, I mean, it's, you want to have better ratio, board member to members, so whatever we can do.
Sometimes you don't answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sometimes
Of
I
course,
can't
when I
hear
ref-
it. I mean, I'm not gonna
When I
lie,
ref
I
in
never
Melbourne-
hear my phone when I'm
Sometimes
on
your
the
phone's
field.
charging at the,
Yeah, or it's in my car while my car's running, I mean, charging
Ref
it.
email called me, right? So he's gonna give me instruction on number 15.
Yeah,
I really want to have something else to carry around.
Fernando, raise your flag. That might be something, I mean, that might be a
Like the
good
Secret
idea.
Service people wear it in the ear.
Yeah, I don't want to even talk about that stuff right now.
Get the speaker up.
No, I've
No,
seen
but that,
I've seen
but
refs do that.
I actually like that. I don't think that's a bad idea.
Refs do it. Did you see that? Where we went to Auburndale, whatever, there was some refs that
Oh, they
had
were
done it
Yeah.
with the thing in the ear and everything. They were,
But well, let's look into something like that.
they're cheap. I used one on
I'm good
cruise.
with that.
I use them on the cruise, so they're very cheap.
There were a lot of them that were confused of what they have to do and how to find it. So maybe we could do something, I don't know if Fernando can do like a, because I had to ask Fernando and write what he said, and then I had to show all the coaches where it was. Like, they had to log in, and they had to go to their account, and
oh, to do the,
dashboard, then I had to tell them to scroll all the way down.
Why is it such an issue this season? I don't,
I have sent instructions over and over.
Oh, I think it's getting hard for the kids because, when the
kids, I
the
get
kids
the
need to
kids.
do it, a lot of times they need to separate the
They
account from
they
the
have to
parent.
actually make their own because they have to, now they're old enough that they have to have their own account. And then the parents normally are signing in under the kid's account. And so sometimes it's not showing them as family or a parent, it's showing them as a kid.
all right.
So it's a lot of
Because
that
all
kind
the
of problems.
coaches and/or managers, like a lot of the times, the coaches will say, hey, I have an assistant coach, they'll text me, all this stuff, and I'll have the link for coaches, and I'll have the link for manager registration I get from either you or Shinoy.
Yeah.
Keep it on my phone, and then I just text that to them. So, like, here you go, like, it's pretty, so I'm not.
People just aren't reading.
I think maybe what you guys are saying is throwing it off if they have a kid who's having to do with a different email address, it has to be.
New, and they said they didn't know, they're new, they said, well, I got an email, it says that, but the email was just for them to register.
They're thinking, the registration is that's it, you register and done. No.
No, in my email, it has complete instructions. Go to the little head on the right, takes you to your dashboard, then you can see your requirements.
And you see the message, and I'm not sure if I sent that. I may not have sent that specific one. If you roll back into all the messages, you'll see I have an email, and it says, you must complete the 3
Yeah, so
things,
correct.
blah, blah, blah. And then we'll do a check on them, and whoever hasn't done it, we'll send it out again saying, you are receiving this because you have not completed all
Correct.
three,
Yes.
blah, blah. So, and again, I didn't do that this season.
I've been doing it,
You've been sent, with the instructions on top of it.
yes, and when.
So then I don't,
Per division. So when Fernando sends out the emails to these coaches per division, I piggyback his email and reply it to all, again, with the entire instructions and the links and everything else. So
There was a lot of them that didn't do it, and then there was some.
there's still a lot that haven't.
Yeah, and then they weren't even in the list, like I had to add them in, because they weren't even in the list, and they didn't.
Because then they were not actually head coaches. They can't just go ahead and have,
Pablo was not on the
Some of
list,
them were head coaches.
Lautaro.
yeah, if he's not on the
coaches,
list, that
they
means he
have
never
to,
even
because
did
like
it,
we had-
never even registered.
I don't know, but they were the coach, they said. They were.
yeah, we don't want any person saying, I'm gonna be an assistant coach or a manager, and I'm all, just so we can keep track, like, I will approve every single one of them, so there's no confusion. Like you doing somebody that there's an issue with that you might not know about, you know what I'm saying? So
I send it to him.
nobody should not
Right.
have, again, like a manager, once I'm told a manager is, hey, I'd like this person to be a manager or an assistant coach, I text them that link. They have it. There was one or two I actually forwarded to
To me,
you.
yes.
You know, or whatever it was.
So,
But
yeah, if they weren't on that list, that means they were not registered.
Yes,
that
that's
means
what
that
the
they
list
were
is.
not approved.
And they were not
No,
registered.
but one of them is Pablo.
No, so that means he never registered at all.
Pablo, yeah, but Pablo received it. He
Yes.
was one of the first people to
Yes.
receive the link.
Correct.
I wrote it all out, so Fernando has a list, I have the new people.
I have a list. I go with whoever is actually registered in the system. If they're not registered in the system and they are coaching, then they were never registered. They never registered themselves. It means they never did what they were supposed to do to begin with when he told them.
Their account, and it showed they did all the three requirements.
And there's some people, oh, I did it, but like we couldn't see it, so I
No, you
don't know.
can't see it because they didn't register through the link. They have to register
See,
through the link.
with Got Sport, if you register, if you do the Safe Sport training on the Safe Sport site, that does not link automatically to the Safe Sport requirement through Got Sport, correct?
Because of the, what I did this year, because every year we have the same problem, and it's always like 1 million coaches, 1 million managers, so I actually archived every single one of them. So they have to re-register for the fall rec season in order for them to be able to do it. If they're going off of what they've done before, it doesn't count. They have to register through that link. Period.
And that's the best way to be able to
Keep track.
keep track of who the coaches are now, and that somebody that we may have had an issue with in the past may still have an account, and if we're not archiving them, they still have access to register and do all that. So that's great, the whole
Mm-hmm. Yes.
archiving it.
So I did it for the competitives and I did for all of the recreation. And when fall ends, I'm going to archive all of those coaches and managers for recreation, and they will have to then register under spring. Every season is going to be a brand-new season. They will have to re-register every time.
No,
But they
now if
don't have to
if
do the
they-
God Sports
That's
again.
what I was
No.
gonna say, if they re-register.
It's already under their
Their other
profile.
requirements, follow them.
Yes.
All right, that's good
It
then.
might help to have that instruction thing printed out and kept at the concession so that if we're trying to help people, we can kind of just give them a copy of it or walk them through it.
I can
Yeah.
email it to everybody too.
All right, good. Good discussion. I like this. I like this. This is good. Anything else while we're rolling?
That's it? Let's go.
All righty. Last game, just want to make sure we're still on track with things. Last game, Fernando, we're still good for November 16th?
No,
Nope.
November 9th.
November 9th?
Yep.
And what's going on November 16th?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Rain delays?
It's gonna be empty.
Oh, all right. So I thought we planned the 10 weeks. It pushes us
Less
to.
than
the
weeks.
But we're doing the
We
Sunday.
got the November 16, but the later
We moved
the,
it to the Sunday.
later the picture, he
With
asked me
pain.
to do a Sunday, so we short 1 week.
All righty. That might
But
even
we are
help.
supposed to be doing the whole season, no Sunday.
No Sundays, so
And he asking for a Sunday, so we are a Sunday,
That might actually help us also with, like any rain things that we have an extra week before the Thanksgiving break then. If we have any rain cancellations and we have to reschedule a whole week or something, maybe have it on that instead of doing it a Sunday even. Whatever. All right, so November 9th then,
yes.
that day.
November 8th.
About a little bit before that.
For November 9th. You know what, let's do November 7th.
I think the problem is storing them.
Yeah, they were a mess last year that we didn't realize how many there actually
No,
was.
half of them were missing in somebody's truck.
Poor Sean. All right.
Yeah, we need to be sure that we got the right count.
Poor-
I got the order together. I just have one question for you. The 19 team, the last 19 team, number 6. Is there really only 9 people on it? That's what it
No, you're taking
now.
from,
No, I have 10 right now, and I'm gonna go to CAT to register another 3.
Yeah, we'll have about 14 to 15
I got a
by the
meeting
end
at
of the
7:30.
season.
14 or 15.
You might take a longer this meeting.
The U19, that age group, 2 weeks in, we keep getting people
Who's that,
because
Gabriela?
they're friends, they talk at school and everything, and so. Picture Day, Amanda, October 6th, you said, is that correct? Or Vanessa?
Yes.
October 6th?
October 6th.
Yep.
Yep.
And the,
Everything is that day.
and the 5th.
Everything.
Do we have 2, we have 2 days.
We were supposed to have 2 days, but they're adamant that they only want to do it for 1 day.
I thought didn't they say depending on how many registered?
Right.
So we still have it open for that.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I also have the nights
I
or
mean, it's
else
better, listen,
that day.
That's also
I
on
have
the
to,
6th?
yeah, I have to reach back out to them.
we have,
Well, I was thinking maybe could we change the Knights of Columbus to the 5th?
I can do that.
And then, because we have sponsor day on the 6th, because that's the biggest day. Yeah, so that's Sansone Air Conditioning, one of our sponsors, will be there, set up on a tent or whatever.
All right,
So
all right.
they will be there. This weekend, I will be passing out.
that's gonna be in the, sorry, it's gonna be in the rec center?
The tents are going to be set up
No.
behind.
No, the tents are going to be, for what?
For
The
the,
heart screen,
Yeah.
that'll be.
No, it's not going to be in the rec
Kids.
center.
Behind the, tents behind the concession.
Concession. If there's not room enough behind the concession, then I'm going to take the first 3 spots,
I mean.
right there by the field.
We're gonna have the pictures too.
I know, that's what I'm saying. No, she's saying
That's a lot.
before, not in the gated area.
Perfect day.
No.
We thought Parent Day was.
Not in the gated area, just behind concession,
Where that driveway is.
between, so it won't interfere with them. If not,
Block
Can
that
we
driveway.
ask him if I know it's a lot of people in the club, they are nurse and all that kind of stuff. Some people can help.
I already have 4 EMS people coming to help that are trained in that area, so those
Make sure that we
volunteers will
test it
be
with
here.
Mel.
Yeah,
Make sure
he
the
said
Mel's in
we
good
only
condition.
need 1 trained per tent, and
Yeah.
then everybody else can
So
help.
these are actual EMS paramedics that are going to be coming. I'm ordering them shirts, so it will actually be a blue color, and it will say EMS squad on the back, so everybody will know that they are for that.
How we gonna check it out? There are people for our club that register.
They're going to register through us. They're going to have us send a thing, so everything's going to be sent out to, once I get the registration information to actually register, I'm going to send it to the club through the recreation part and to just the competitive.
So it's gonna be like a register for like a tryouts.
Yeah, they have to fill out all the information, all that
You're
stuff.
gonna make a match, there's a player for rec or player for competitive.
It doesn't matter. It's just going to be a player, period.
But I need to be a player for the club.
Right, yes.
Going back to picture day, we're going to need somebody to open the gates to Crestwood.
We heard that.
We can do it.
We have a key.
Okay, just kidding.
We have a key.
Never mind.
We got the,
Due to prior seasons, we have a key.
But again, this weekend, I'm going to be handing out from one of our other sponsors, a free sample of those Mehi Panda treats or whatever. So if Anna's going to be there, I need her to take pictures of, maybe have a couple of the girls do it and hand it out and all that stuff, so it'll get posted, and that'll be towards the thing. Amy, I do have to give you a check for sponsor, half of it. Okay, so good. It'd be
Yeah,
even
they
cuter
were-
with them handing it out to all the kids and everybody.
Those girls are amazing.
I have
mean,
2
that's-
cases to hand out, so,
Be sure they don't charge people.
huh?
They don't charge people.
No, it's free.
All right,
Yeah, we'll take a picture of them eating it too.
That's their payment.
moving forward, residency list and village payment for 2024 spring and 2024 fall. We normally make the payment for that in September for our September board meeting. The lists were just given to Ron before the board meeting, so once we get notification of what the fees are, we'll square up so that we don't owe anything. And
Sorry, did we get your email address? Okay, great, thanks.
all right, and trophies, Amanda, on the trophies, we already just discussed that, I guess. Alrighty.
I can give you the counts on players per division.
All right, good.
Numbers change every day.
Yeah, the new count.
Every day it changes.
They steal me players and add it. When do you need, how long you need to order before, by when?
I haven't spoken with Payne yet. I did send him the schedule for picture day today, and then I gave him a list of how many teams are in each division, how many kids are in each team, and the coach's name, so he can put the pamphlets together for pictures. So
Okay.
he's got all that information now. And then hopefully either this week or next week I'll meet with him, and then we'll figure out.
But do you know how many weeks before the day?
He usually does it in like a week. It depends on where they're coming from,
Because he
where
builds
the
them
parts
too.
are coming from.
Okay.
It's on.
Move it forward.
That one next to you.
So it depends on where the parts are coming from. So we've
Yeah,
had
but
parts.
when we meet for the picture day, we can ask, to have more, exactly 2 weeks before. So we can have the correct number and all that.
Perfect.
All righty, coach reimbursements for our recreation coach. Amy, I'm going to send you a list of how many and which coaches to reimburse. I know that me and you had spoke previously. There was about a handful of coaches that you went ahead and did vouchers with, and I believe Fernando also did
Register
some
some kids.
vouchers for the coaches. So you guys know the voucher part. I'll at least provide the entire list, and then you can decipher which ones have the vouchers, which one need reimbursement. Again, however you think is easiest to do it, whether it's cutting checks or just simply reimbursing, credit cards. For rec, and this is what we have to do, and I've been trying to really police this, and that's why it's important with the approving of the coaches. For rec teams, no more than one assistant coach and no more than one manager per team. All right, couple of reasons. Number one, it's a pretty shady way of trying to request kids by making all the good players' kids your assistant coaches, and then all of a sudden you have a loaded team. Oh, it's just because they're my assistant coach, or it's because it's my manager. So worst case scenario, we're making it two players in that sense. Additionally, this past weekend, I had to ask a lot of people to go to the other side of the field because there were more people than coaches and managers on the sideline, and that's a no-no. I would also like, the other board members If you have an opportunity, you're walking around, if you see somebody on that sideline without one of the coaches' shirts or whatever, you need to go to the other side of the field. All right? And that's like a big thing, you know, that's like a liability thing for us. You know, and there's a reason why I have to provide an affidavit, you know, stating that everybody's performed the requirements, you know, necessary to be on that side of the field in a sense, because that's what the purpose is for.
Can I ask about, so also like being behind the goals or kind of to the side of the, like on the goal line? How,
I would love to make an absolute rule, like there are no people to be behind goals, but obviously on, you know, the little fields there, Zone D, that's the only place they can sit because we don't want them on the sidelines. Additionally,
Don't the referees usually police that sometimes too?
yeah, I had somebody on field
But
two.
they actually shouldn't have
saying,
to.
"Hey."
And there was a situation on field two,
Yeah.
and it really wasn't behind the goal. It was field two next to the elementary school. That whole area is shaded with trees, and as hot as it was out there, told the ref, I get what he's doing, but let's kind of like work with it. As long as they're not directly behind the goal, I'm fine
also,
with people
Mel,
sitting back there.
Also, if they are quiet, you know?
Yeah.
If they are the one screaming more, you know?
Well, then the ref, you know, if they're interfering, then obviously the ref could move them. But as far as just situating yourself, and we've got so many people out there now, the space is limited to begin with. And if people could find shaded areas, awesome. What I don't want, and don't know when this happened or how it happened, I mean, there were benches
Yes.
put behind the goals at field number one.
What?
I mean, were people in the trees, the benches, and then the kids didn't have benches, like for the players?
Oh, my God.
I mean, it was crazy, you know, and
Hey, it was good for me, they need to ref, so the rest of the, I had the little girls moving goals and little disappear.
Ron, is there a way that we'd be able to get a couple more of just the little benches? They don't have to be the benches with the backs on them, just the little plain bench you can just sit on, the little metal bench, just, you know, especially for the younger kids, that can fit like, you
And
know,
some
6
of
or
them are
7
broken.
kids on it.
Damaged.
No, sandbags.
What's you about that?
All right, and then obviously sandbags, a whole slew of sandbags,
Oh, the little.
especially with hurricane season coming up. The people in the
Okay, not the
community
big
need to be
ones,
able
we
to
don't.
steal those. So,
No, we don't want that.
Tell them about the hole that's in that thing that you put the
Oh,
garbage can over.
the box.
Yes, did you tell them?
Who?
and Ron, you received that picture that I sent to you and Brandon of the little cover. There's a hole in it, and it's maybe 12 inches from the touch line. So you have kids running there, somebody runs out of bounds. It's shady enough where if you step on it and it's actually not broken, where you can slide on it, but now there's actually a hole in the cover. So now a foot can actually get stuck in that. So we might want to be able to, you know, get a new cover for that so that it's less shady of a situation.
Yeah, my garbage can is no good over there.
Yeah, we showed up there on, I think it was Sunday or Saturday, whatever it was, and there was a garbage can placed right on top of it. So you had the out of bounds line, and then you had the garbage can like right on it. It's like you can't do that. Although that was probably less dangerous than the hole.
Later, I
in the cover.
put one of the sandbags there, I found it.
All right.
I wanted to ask about flags, since I'm just thinking about it, corner flags and stuff. So, I forgot to text her, I was gonna ask, or I did ask Stacy at Soccer Store to see if she had any flags for the skinnier poles that we have. And she said, honestly, it seems that maybe just buying the whole pole with the flag is gonna end up being cheaper in the long run.
Really?
But then again-
Here's my take on the flag situation. We don't need fancy flags for the rec program. We need the little flimsy, bendable ones. We don't need our logos on them.
Right.
Anything like that.
But the
It's just
problem
easier
is-
for everybody to transport them.
We have a bunch of broken ones, number one. We have a bunch of the 1 inch, and we have some of the 1/4 inch. And the flags that we can find replacement flags for are the 1 inch. So I had bought 12 boxes
You know
of
what we
them,
can-
brought it there, oh, that's
Do
the
you know
wrong
what we can
size. So
buy?
then I returned them or canceled
Amy,
it.
we can looking for the plastic straps. The one that coming with
Clips.
the clips, yeah. The clips for the small one, so we can put the big one and we put the 2 clips in every flag.
And I'm just not wanting to invest a lot in the flags until the field.
No, because
gets
we're gonna
turfed.
need to, we're gonna
You're not
need to,
gonna
we're
use
gonna
them.
need to buy new ones.
Yeah, but you can't use them
Right.
anyways on that. They would be different ones.
No, we need to buy complete new ones.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly, so.
So it's like, that's what I'm saying, let's do what we can just to get by with whatever, and then unfortunately, if we
Yeah.
have to donate those
We have to
or.
tape them to the poles, let's tape them.
Well, and that's the thing, like, we had so much other stuff going on for the first day. I honestly didn't even think about that. So then I was there helping one of the refs, and we were trying to piecemeal them. Like, we had the thin one, we were putting the big one over top of it, putting the flag on, so that we would have something. And, you know, we're at bare minimum there trying to figure that out, so. I don't know, it's just.
Alrighty. That's it. It is 7:12. If somebody'd like a motion to adjourn the recreation portion of the meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the recreation portion of the meeting.
Alrighty, the recreation program is adjourned at 7:12 PM. Call to order the competitive portion of the meeting at 7:12 PM. President's report, DOC report. Awesome start by our competitive teams this year. The Vero tournament, we started the season off with teams register and take part in that tournament. Of the 15 teams, we had 10 teams make the finals. And of the 10 teams that won the finals, what was it, 5 teams, I think, won the age group. That's awesome. And then take into consideration, I think one or two of the age groups, it was 2 of our teams playing against each other in the finals. So that stat is even, more impressive. The following weekend, there was another tournament, Broward Cup. One of our teams participated in that, and they happened to win the tournament, which is great. Additionally, in league play, we're currently playing in the Florida State Premier League, the Florida League, South Florida United League, and the EDP League. And I checked with Fernando this morning, and believe it or not, as of today, our competitive teams have played in exactly 100 games.
Wow.
And out of the 100 games, we have either won or tied in 65 of them. So 65% percentage, not a bad day at the office. Without the games tied, it's 57 wins, so 57% winning percentage, or 65% not losing percentage, whatever you want to look at it. Regardless of how you look at it, the teams are doing great. Real impressed with that, and you hear a lot of the parents talking about the quality of the product, so to speak, out on the field, which is nice to hear. So hopefully that keeps up, and I hope the next 100 games will be just as successful. And then we shall see. Treasurer's report for the competitive program, Amy?
Okay, so for July, competitive checking started with 139, 138.97, ended with 181,628.04. The savings started with 1038.09, ended with 10,038.43. and the stipend account holding steady at $1,769.59. Going into August, the checking account ended with $212,239.10. The savings ended at $10,038.77, and no change in the stipend, $1,769.59.
I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report for the competitive portion for month ending July. For the checking balance for competitive, it's $181,628.04, ending in August at $212,239.10. Savings balance ending in July at $10,038.43, ending in August, $10,038.77. Stipend account ending in July is $1,769.59. Same ending balance in August at $1,769.59.
I second that motion.
All righty, the treasurer's report for the competitive program for the months of July and August 2024 are accepted and approved. Registrar referee report, also, we will have to shelf that for another month. Any open comments from membership or from other board members up here? All right. Unfinished business, uniforms, balls. We're all set with that? We're all complete with that for the season?
All of the new players have, everything just came in as of yesterday. They were missing the pinks, so now everybody has it. All of the returning players have everything also that they have been ordered and have been picked up.
Right.
The only one will be one new player, Rowena, that will be receiving a new uniform, and she's going to be getting it this week.
All right.
Balls, everybody has it. I have 2 cases of balls coming that had been back ordered. So we got plenty of balls everywhere, including recreation.
Yeah,
Balls
like 10
galore.
boxes, yeah, we have about 10 boxes of balls in the storage area.
Yes,
All right, good. And let's take care of them.
yes. So, and they all know that they get the one ball with their registration. If they need an additional one, they will have to pay for it.
All right.
I can tell you that, listen, this past weekend I talked to a lot of kids from the competitive. A lot of them already lose the ball.
Yeah, behind the, in the trees. And once they go in there, it's a done deal. That's why we're always asking for that net behind the goals and all that. So hopefully with the new field surface, that'll be something that's in place permanently. Another Vanessa question, just wanted to get an update or a statistic or whatever, trace versus vests. Do any of the teams have the vests?
One that does have the vest is Diego's team, and both U14s. Some on the white team wanted to also get into it, so they're handling that. I only heard from the other, Gonzalo, that's an assistant coach. I don't remember what team he's on, that was interested in it. Nobody else has given me any interest in the vests other than them.
And all the other teams have the trace
Everybody
cams?
has trace. There's 21 teams with trace. One without is the CDP because it's not included into their registration fees. Steve has set up every single team and has been their point of contact. So everybody's been pretty good. And, I see it going back and forth with the coaches, and he helps the managers too whenever there's an issue.
All right, good.
Vests, nothing really on that at all.
Well, let's continue to offer it, whether people jump on whatever. It's actually another thing that we provide. At least perception looks good. So whatever. Tournament promotion for the Slam shootout in, was it December 6th?
December 6th through the 8th.
December 8th. Vanessa's put quite a bit of time on putting marketing material together a flyer, information. I tried to polish it a little bit, whatever, proof, whatever with it. I mean, Vanessa pretty much did it, the whole thing. Looks awesome, I think. I have no problem with us going forward with that. I mean, let's go ahead and make it live, I guess.
Okay.
And that's a good 2-month promotion.
Yes, it'll go out every single week. They will blast it to everybody in Godsport.
And I will reach out to all the DOCs, so that's like we did last year.
I'm going to also look into FISA to see how we can get on their list of approved tournaments so that way we'll be on there for every year from now on.
Were we on it last year?
No.
Because I'd asked Shanoy
I did
to
not
get
see
us
us on it.
there.
I didn't either.
All right, because there's a little application we just have to fill out.
Which we
with some of
did
the
fill out, I do
details.
remember.
And, that's pretty much where everybody looks for their tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the phone calls, the begging to come and support us, or we won't support you kind of thing. That's pretty effective also. All right, but awesome job on. Yeah,
Considering how
well,
many
you know
teams
what,
we
it's, I have no problem, you supporting other clubs' tournaments, and done it for years, and all these years, I tell them, just remember, when we have ours, we expect the same support in return. So,
I do think that with the added emails going out there ahead of time, people are going to be knowing about it a lot. Where last year, then nobody really knew about it until it was word of mouth, and we were trying to get it going.
I mean, theoretically, we should probably send this stuff out in August. And because a lot of clubs or a lot of teams, they plan their season schedule, in August, this is what we're going to do for the season. So if that's an option for people and it's already out there and it's, they have knowledge of it, I think that'll be, more of an
Now that it's
opportunity.
done and completed, I can then just, renew it, and then in September, they can just start doing it.
All right, good. And thank you for the work on that.
Thank you.
New business, village payment for 2024, 2025. We have 22 teams this year, Ron, so at the next board meeting, we will provide a check for those, for those teams. If you can reach out to me directly with the amount for the 22 teams, because of the residency stuff, it's different. And we'll get that taken care of. Again, that's something that we normally bring the check in September, but we are still kind of creating teams a little bit. We were a little delayed. We just wanted to make sure we had a good knowledge on what needed to be done.
Can I jump in there for a second?
Okay.
Is there going to be an invoice for that? And then do you take a different payment rather than a check? That's all I'm saying.
Okay. You'll send me that invoice that details the residency stuff, how much for what, and I'll forward it to Amy, and then Amy will submit the payment.
Even for the teams, I'm saying.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, the team one. Let's do it by check. I'd rather just do something nice and hard to give to you guys there.
Get a double signature.
Yeah, and that's, you know what I mean, because it's a big chunk. And again, if you have any questions, we'll talk back and forth on that, and Brandon can get involved also if need be. I was just doing some like planning, just overlooking some of the financial stuff and everything. And I'm trying to create a budget so that we are always in a good financial state. And I'm thinking, does anybody have any objections to us transferring, say, $40,000 from the competitive checking account into the competitive savings account, because I would like to continue operating the competitive program at a more controlled, with a more controlled budget. Does that make sense?
I mean, worst case, we send some back,
We
but-
see all this money. Let's spend. Let's take some of that out of it. Let's put it in saving. And now what's left over, we can spend. As long as we know that we're also being fiscally responsible. Is that
That's fine.
good
I
with
mean,
that?
again, and if something happens, heaven forbid.
We have it. We
can
know
transfer
we
back over,
have
it's
something
no
sitting
problem.
there. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
Make it just an even 50?
The reason I said 40 is because we have 10 that's sitting in there already, so that would put it at a 50 that's sitting in savings. So, and again, the rainy day, who knows? I also have some other ideas that we can do, but I just wanted to get a financial professional to give me some advice on whether or not that's allowable or not, that I think
Think it'll be
we
good
might
to,
need down the line.
I would love to have a different account that earns more in the savings account than, 50 cents a month.
Yeah, that
But,
would be.
or 10 cents,
and-
whatever the
and
change
again,
is. But
that's-
again,
These are some of the things that I'm trying to figure out
The
here.
more you pay in there, the more interest is earned.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
as is right now, it's
Yep.
like a non-interest bearing
Yeah.
account. It's ridiculous, I mean.
You see the
We
change,
can,
so-
we could put that into some type of, even if it's like a CD,
Yearly.
you pick up like 5%, 5.25%.
you just do a yearly one
Not
and
like
every
we're
year
touching
change
it,
it.
and that's perfect for like a CD type of investment. So we can get creative with that. I just want to make sure we're fiscally responsible.
how we handle once we put that amount there, if we're not like dipping into it
Yes,
too much.
yes.
Then we'll go from there.
Exactly. All righty. Field stuff. Please, just keep reminding people, nobody on the fields other than our members, our coaches, and in line with that, the practice schedules that I sent out to all the coaches, those weren't like suggested practice days and suggested practice times. No, that's when you'll practice. That's when you have the field. Anything other than those specific days have to get approved by Fernando, and I will forward it to Fernando or have them contact Fernando because he knows what's on the field at what time.
I have competitive teams and rec teams asking me, like I played practice last Friday. So
I told a lot of people, and was it last week or the week before? I pretty much, anybody that asked me for Friday, rec and everything, because they got killed by the rain, not being able to practice, I said, go out there. If you can find somewhere to practice, you can practice.
I
That's fine.
just told you, for me, if it's an issue on Friday, the people they asking permission is the people's gonna practice.
Yep, that's fine.
Because it was only 4 teams.
And if you notice,
For this Friday, there's only one right now asking for permission.
all right.
As long as we don't have competitive games scheduled and.
And
Yeah,
that's
that's why
why
he
we
would
need
know.
approval, because
But
we
like I
know,
say,
I know and Fernando
If
knows
it's an
what's
issue,
going on
let's
the
say
field.
it's an issue, the space in field 3, and it's 3 teams over there, and only one of the 3 asking for permission, I don't care about the other 3. The team that asking permission, that's the one privilege on the field.
And so we all understand what's going on out there. If people ask questions or whatever, at 7:30, and the practice schedule has been made intentionally this way, no teams, nobody is to be on zones C or D.
Yep.
And that's done intentionally because what happens is that's when all the little let's get together and go play football or pick up games at blah, 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 they go out there. So, and, you know, I'll turn the lights off, I don't care. You know, I mean, I turn them off every night out there, so they get shut down. You shouldn't be out there at 7:30 on that half. Everybody should be on the other half of the field. It preserves the fields and on those two zones for, we've got 9 months. You know, everybody's like, why are the lights turned off? Why are you out here? Like, we know that there's no teams that are supposed to be
Nobody
out here.
practicing.
Right.
So even, and that even goes for teams that ask for, hey, can we go out and practice at 7:30 on this or that? That's gonna be a no also. Or can we have a scrimmage, blah, blah, blah. Like, yes, you can have a scrimmage, but it's gonna be from like 6 to 7:30 or something, and we'll have to adjust, whatever it might be. So under no circumstances, there should be nobody on C and D after 7:30. Now, mind you, we're gonna have competitive games there at points, so we can't, I don't wanna tell you, shut it
Shut it
down
off.
completely, you know, because
We
there are
gotta
gonna be those
I have some
times.
breaks on Friday.
Correct.
At least right now I have one.
You know, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this, Ron? Why don't we say, go ahead and at 7:30, go ahead and shut down the lights on C and D? And then on those rare days that we have Friday night games on those nights, we will ask for permission to, you know, hey, Ron, I'll text you, hey, Ron, can you put the lights on for C at this time or whatever? Keep them on until then.
That way it's just done every single night.
You know, so we don't have to worry about that, it's just done.
And that's only for.
Why don't we say, let's say 7:45, just to give
It's
people
enough
time to get out of there.
people get out.
Yeah,
And that's gonna be only.
C and D.
C and D only, yeah. All right, and that's just unnecessary, plus those fields getting beat up. There's no reason for them to be getting used all day like that. Extra days must be approved. Goalkeeper training, I'm in the process of figuring the goalkeeping training out, from field space to goalkeeper trainer. And somebody had actually volunteered to do that, so may take that person up, but we shall see. Does anybody have anything that they'd like to add? Yes, ma'am?
Ron, so we have 2 AED machines that were donated to us, and we need to somehow get it onto the building. One was going to go on the inside of the concession stand and one on the outside. So how can we get that to get done for us? Because they'll have to be bolted into the cement.
You're right. So I'll just follow back with you guys about that. Get with my supervisor about that, so you guys can make sure that be bolted like you guys want.
Okay.
So I'll get back with you guys about that.
Anything else? See, it wasn't so bad, Ron, was it?
No.
Be gentle on you the first day.
Yeah, poor Brandon.
Brandon
Brandon
would
couldn't
have
get out
already
soon
been,
enough, man.
I would have already been asking for nets and all kinds of things.
Poor guy.
Yeah, we need to build up.
All righty, if nobody, wow, we covered quite a bit in only an hour. That's pretty good. If nobody has anything else, let's get a motion to adjourn the competitive portion of the soccer program at 7:34 p.m.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the competitive portion of the meeting at 7:34 PM.
I second that motion.
All righty, approved, and we are adjourned.